Good morning. Good morning, profitable traders. Welcome to today's market color, being the 1st of November 2024. Happy new month to you all. So good to have everyone around for today's market color. All right, so we are about 8 on this call today. I'll kindly like to crave your indulgence to help share the link to this market color session with everyone on your various social media platforms so that this can get to as many people as possible. I'll be giving us 30 seconds to do that. And right after that, we'll be heading straight to the chart for today's analysis. For this segment of the analysis, I will be analyzing the XY, GBP USD and Euro USD. Right after me, we'll be having Lekon analyzing gold and the yen basket. All right, we'll be looking at what we have today on charts down to the XY on a monthly time frame. As we can see, price is still maintaining its bullishness to the upside. I really hope that we all can hear me. Right. On On a monthly time frame, nothing has changed. Price is still maintaining its bullishness rather. And on our weekly time frame, thank you, Mr. Joseph Igor. On our weekly time frame, the overall trend is to the upside, but we can see that price has taken out this low on our weekly time frame rather. And what we're seeing right now is just a retracement for price to continue its journey all the way to the downside. And on our daily time frame, right, as we can see right here, price tapped into this very other block. Price tapped into this very other block, and we're seeing some reaction of that point. And on our 4-hour time frame, what are we seeing right now? If I'll be fibbing the most recent swing from point A to point B. Right, so price is currently at 61.8% fib level. Price may gain strength off this level and continue its journey to the upside, continue its buy to the upside rather. On 1-hour time frame, right, so what am I seeing? On my daily time frame, I can see that price is already reacting off this very other block. On the 4-hour time frame, it looks like there has been a break of this low. If you agree with me, it looks like there has been a break of this low because price actually closed below. So what I'm looking for is just retracement for me to continue my buys, my sales to the downside rather. And if I will be fibbing the most recent swing on my 1-hour time frame from point A to point B. Right, so price traded into price traded into 50% fib level, held at that point, formed a base of that point, and we're seeing some push to the downside. All I will be waiting for right now is for a break below this base and my 5-minute bearish variation, and then I will pull the trigger. I will pull the trigger for a sell on DXY. Down to GBP USD. On a monthly time frame, our price is still maintaining its bearishness. And on the weekly time frame, what we saw was a break above July 2023 high, and we're seeing some retracement. So I want to see price retracing into this very level. There's another block residing there. I want to see price retracing into that level and continue. Once price trade into this other block, I want to see it gain strength and continue its ride all the way to the upside. And for the daily time frame, what I'm seeing right now is a break of this low. Price has broken out of this low. So I'm waiting for some sort of retracement before continuing the sell to the downside on our daily time frame. And I saw something really interesting, or rather, I'm seeing something very interesting. A box pattern has actually formed, right? A shoulder sweep break. So price should return into the shoulder and continue its sell to the downside. For the 4-hour time frame, right, all we're seeing is just moves to the downside. So what's my outlook for today? I want to see price trading into this fair value gap residing here. Right, if I'm going to be calling out the price point, I want to see price retracing into one spot 29366 before continuing its journey all the way to the downside. You may be wondering where would be a good place for you to buy into this very shoulder residing here. A good place to buy is when we see price taking out all of this liquidity residing right here and breaking this high. After we see a break of this high on our 4-hour time frame, we can then take the buy all the way into this left shoulder residing right here. But for now, we haven't seen break of structure happening on our 4-hour time frame. All we're waiting for is for price to retrace into this very fair value gap, and we will continue the sales, right? So last on my list being Euro USD. Monthly time frame is still very bearish, and the weekly time frame is still also bearish because we saw that price traded into this very high, right? Traded into this resistance point, and we're seeing some push to the downside. The overall outlook on our weekly time frame, overall structure is actually a sell structure. And for our daily time frame, what are we seeing right now? Price has taken out this low, and we're expecting some reaction and push to the upside, right? I want to see price retracing into at least 61.8% fib level, coinciding with this very fair value gap residing here, right? Once I see price retracing into this fair value gap, I will be warming up to continue my sales on Euro USD. Right. So my first point of interest is when price trades into this other block, into this very other block residing here. And then my second point of interest for taking the sales on Euro USD for daily time frame is when I see price retracing into this other block, coinciding with 61.8% fib level. On our 4-hour time frame, we're already seeing some form of structure to the upside. We're seeing structures to the upside. So you may be wondering where would be a good point for you to take the buys on Euro USD, right? We want to catch the retracement, the retracement we're seeing on daily time frame. So there's something really interesting here. There's a shoulder, sweep, break. I want to see price. Price should return into this very shoulder. And once we see price trading into the shoulder, we will be taking the buy on Euro USD. Right, let us check if there's any high impact news that will be coming out today. All right, we're expecting PMI to be released by 3 p.m. There are news releases today, high impact news releases, right? So kindly trade with caution. If you have questions and a different bias from what has been analyzed, kindly call our attention to it. We're all here to learn and analyze the markets together. Okay, while we're still typing in our questions, we're coming to the city of Abuja for the FX Bootcamp training in the month of November. This is the month of November. So the training will be holding from November 27th to November 29th. You can spread the news, be there yourself, and we're going to be having an amazing time together with everyone in the city of Abuja. Kindly avail yourself for the trainings, and your life will change like day and night. Right. So that will be the end. I can't see anybody asking any questions or giving a different bias from what has been analyzed. So we'll be having Lekon coming up for his own analysis shortly. We'll be going on a very brief break, and right after that, you'll be seeing Lekon coming up for his own analysis. So enjoy the rest of your trading day. See you by 2 p.m. Cheers and God bless.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Market Color brought to you by the Value Trading Team and powered by our preferred broker, Opta. Please, I don't know if you can hear me loud and clear. Just let me know in the chat box if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know in the chat box, please, if you can hear me loud and clear. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Shea. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Moyo. Sorry. All right. Great one. So this morning we'll be moving very, very fast into analysis. What do we have going on for the week, for the day, for the precious metal, and also from there we'll be taking a quick flight to the yen pairs, the yen basket, and other yen pairs. But first of all, let me say a happy new month to everyone once again. Today being the first day of November, and like Cynthia already said, we have some quite events like eventful day. If I'm going to use that word, today is going to be a very, very eventful day in the market as we are expecting first NFP and also the PMI too. So today is going to be a very, very strong day in the market, being the NFP day, first day of the month, and also we are some few days away from the a few days to the US election. So let's quickly start with the precious metal from the daily time frame. As we all know that we are still very much bullish on the precious metal today, particularly. And if you look at it, you are going to see after the big expansion to the upside, we've not really seen any clear retracement down. However, let's have our new swing here right away, which is going to be this last swing that we have at the top here. So we are going to flip this to look at where exactly are we seeing the precious metal. If there's going to be any retracement, where exactly are we expecting it to get to? Particularly, some of us also, we've been looking at this particular chart pattern, and this is one of the things we've been expecting for a long while, which is this particular candlestick pattern. You can see how that we have an order block at the close of yesterday candle. So today we are expecting two things happen today. How that if pre-NFP price is going to trade all the way into this order block, then collapse to the downside, or the sell continue to the downside. But I am of the opinion that the NFP for the precious metal today should be a sell for the precious metal, meaning we are expecting a strong dollar, and we want to expect that the precious metal, retreats a little bit more to the downside, even though we have understanding that next week is going to be the election, and we are going to see a lot of, funny price action in the market. So on the daily time frame, this is the last swing that we are looking at, and we still expect some level of retracement into the 50% fib level, which is somewhere around the 700 level, 2700 level, which is the 50%, which is the equilibrium level. So we expect some level of pullback into that particular place. All right, so let's quickly take a look at it on the 4-hour time frame. What do we have on the 4-hour time frame? So on 4 hours, we are going to see that how price, broke through the failed box strategy. Like we have our failed shoulder somewhere around this place. Our price broke through, and we expect that price should come back and get to that place and push back to the upside. However, we could see that price closed below that point, which means it's making this particular candle the breaker block, as we've seen it as the breaker block there. So that is what is informing the sell that we are expecting currently. Now, to those who quickly want to take the sell, you may look out for your entries, and you may up on it right now. But if you still want to wait, we are going to refine to the nearest minimum to see where that is the sell sitting. So this is the breaker block that we have here, and we've seen how that price pulled all the way into it, and all our expectation is we want it to start, selling to the downside. And if you look at it very well, there is a confluence inside of this particular zone, which is this fair value gap, giving us an IOFPD, and you can see the reason why price came all the way into that zone, particularly how that price did not stay here, came all the way to tap into that zone. So I'm expecting today to be a sell day for the precious metal. And if you check the 1-hour time frame too, we are going to observe on the 1-hour time frame, what we have is similar to what we are seeing on the 4-hour time frame. So we still expect the sell to the downside, and knowing fully well that we expect at least there should be a pullback into equilibrium on the daily time frame that we marked out earlier. So what we are seeing right now is price, retracing, push all the way to this upside here, and you can see the fair value gap here, which also correlates with this major one at the top, and that is why we see the sell start moving to the downside. But let's check. I saw something earlier on the 15-minute time frame, but let's quickly look at 30 minutes if there's anything there for us. Now, on the 30-minute time frame, we are going to see that there's nothing more there. So instead, what we are seeing is after this massive sell, we see the retracement to the upside, and we expect it to continue its sell to the downside. Now, someone is going to ask, what if we draw our Fibonacci for this particular move here that is going to give us where exactly the price gets to? Now, we've seen that price already retraced almost to the equilibrium for this particular last swing here on the 30-minute time frame. So that's the reason why we see the push to the downside. But let's take a look at what is happening on the 15-minute time frame to give us some clear entry. Now, if you look at the 15-minute time frame, we are going to see a particular chart pattern there, which is this guy here, which is a sell pattern, as you can see here. You can see the engulfing candle for the sell entry there. However, there is one other stuff there too. If you look at it, that particular chart pattern, you are going to observe how that price gave a particular, you can see a fair value gap to the left and right. So that is the reason why I am a bit skeptical about the sell currently. Now you can see how that price already gave us some level of, signal inside here. So I would, instead of just jumping on the sell now, after that the price already moved to the downside, I will be waiting a bit to see how price is going to retrace into this particular entry. You can see it now. This is an IFD, and we expect that price should retrace into that level, and if not, tap into this 15-minute order block. So this is going to be POI to short the precious metal. Now, if price delivers this free NFP, then we all know what NFP is trying to tell us. So our SL is going to be about 33 pips, while our TP is to the downside. We want to see price first clear the low of yesterday. You get that now. So that is going to be about 1:6. That's 1:6. So we should look out for that. That is it. So if you come all the way into the 5-minute time frame to confirm that entry, then you are going to see where we have a clearly refined move for the precious metal, which is now, if this is our first entry on the 15-minute time frame, the other entry should now be somewhere here. If price gets here and you see it's still pushing a bit up, then this will be the next entry. As you can see on the 5-minute time frame, you see the fair value gap there. So there's a tendency when price gets there, you just see a sharp move to the upside, how that price will just tap into this 5-minute fair value gap, then we may see the continuation of the sell. But today being NFP day, we expect that we should see some level of strength in the dollar, and that is going to give us a quick sell off of the other dollar pair. But moving into next week, that is going to give us some other insights into the market, what we should be expecting if the result of this NFP comes out. So like we all know that next week is the US election, so we are going to see a lot of moves, like some funny moves in the market. So if you know you don't have the mental capital to trade that, it will be better next week. Just go on a vacation for next week, meaning just be watching your chart instead of execution. So let's quickly take a quick move to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket. All right, so if you look at the yen basket this morning on the daily time frame, we are going to see how that price already tapped into our POI for the week, which is this daily order block. But we still have, I still have some level of bias for the yen basket. That yes, we've seen a very clear pattern on the daily time frame as a result of yesterday price action, which is this pattern to the upside here. But I'm still of the opinion there is high tendency, if today's news release gives more strength, if we see much rally on the yen basket, then we are likely to see it pull back a little bit more and come more to the downside just to clear the liquidity below here. So we are still looking out for the yen basket to clear somewhere here. However, the overall move that we are expecting is this, which is the daily order block. and how that price has been moving. And you are going to observe yesterday was a massive sell day for the yen pairs, particularly GBP JPY. Now, if you look at the yen basket also from the 4-hour time frame, we've not really seen a very clear market structure shift, but the pattern we are seeing here, how that it builds liquidity below before moving to the upside. And this is one thing we know about the yen basket. Whenever it's moving stylishly in a direction and building liquidity towards the move that is creating, then we know that it's still coming back to clear it all the way. Now, how do I know that? We are going to observe we have something like that. If you back test and move back something, look at somewhere here like we have here. Whenever price build double bottom here and push to the upside, we know what it's trying to do. It's still coming back to the downside, and that's exactly what my bias is still here to see that okay, price has the high tendency of still coming a little bit more down to clear this low that it created here, because we did not see the full momentum of that push. And this is even from the 4-hour time frame. We did not see the full momentum of this push all the way to the upside. All right. Now let's quickly take a look at it on the 1-hour time frame. If you look at the 1-hour time frame for the yen basket, you are going to observe, yes, it's looking more like the boss strategy is building. We are building a case for the boss strategy, but it's not fully right, because you can see how that is only a week that crosses this particular level here. However, price has not really close above this with body. If price closes above this particular level with body, then we expect that price to just come a little bit, clear liquidity here, and begin its bull run all the way to the upside. But we've not seen that much more. All right, so let's quickly take a quick one for the GBP/JPY. Now, if you look at GBP/JPY on our daily time frame, sorry for the lot of work on the chart. All right. Now, if you look at the GBP/JPY on the daily time frame, like we said, what we've been expecting, the last swing that you can see here, we expect that price should come all the way and tap, retrace all the way back, and that's what we've seen here into this daily fair value gap. And if you remember, Avaya sometimes last week or even on Monday, we say that there's high tendency for price to still come here, but we don't expect price to trade above this level, and that is what we see happen on Tuesday into Wednesday. And yesterday was a massive sell day for GBP/JPY, of which we still expect it to continue its push to the downside. Now, if you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, we've seen how that price seems more like breaking structure already to the downside, because this low has been taken out. So what we are expecting now is we may see some level of retracement all the way back into this 4-hour order block that we have here. As you can see, all the way into this 4-hour order block, just price mitigating that level, then continue its move all the way to the downside. And if you take it on the 1-hour time frame, we are going to observe similar thing on the 1-hour time frame. How that we already see some level of market structure shift to the downside, how that price already cleared this low. So what we are expecting is more retracement to the upside, then price continue its sell to the downside, knowing fully well that on the daily time frame, the pullback that we are expecting already has been achieved. All right. So if you look at the 15-minute time frame too, do we have any entry currently? Not really. However, what we are going to do is just try and feed this particular level. If we feed this last swing to the downside, so all we are expecting is price to trade into the equilibrium level there, which is this 50% creep level. And when price get there, we see an order block get inside of that level. So when price gets into this zone, and this is more of a flip zone here that we can see. So when price gets into this level, what we are seeing here between this zone here, then look for your sell entry, your candlestick pattern that you use for your own sell execution, and you can take advantage of that. So that is the GBP/JPY. A quick one to AUD/JPY to see what exactly has happened on AUD/JPY too. And like we all know, they have similar price action. So if you look at AUD from the daily time frame, yesterday was also a sell day. And if you agree with me, for quite some weeks now, we've been saying that we are expecting AUD to range for a while because of the other yen pairs who are just completing their own move. And we are going to see that towards the end now. This is AUD on the daily time frame, how it has been ranging. And if you check the 4-hour time frame for it, we are going to observe that price has also still remained in the range, but has not really broken structure to the downside compared to what we saw on GBP JPY. Now, this time around, GBP JPY seems to be the leading pair for the yen pairs. All right. So this is it on the 4-hour time frame. Now, let's the 1 hour. What exactly do we have on 1 hour for this pair? Now, on 1 hour time frame, we've seen how that structure has been, in a range all through. But if you look at the last month, we are seeing that the range is to the downside. So the AUD also is selling, but with just few momentum to the downside. All right. Now, if you look at it on the 15-minute time frame, we are going to see that we have something more like the boss strategy. However, we've seen the sweep, but we've not really seen the break to the upside. So if we see the break, that gives us a clear level of what we should be expecting. If price trades above this particular high, then we are expecting that price to just pull back a little bit more, then tap into clear this equal and begin to move to the upside. Because of this particular pattern that we are seeing, you see the rejection candle that we have here for the buy to the upside. So we expect that if this level is taken out and price pull back more to come and clear liquidity here, then we can easily follow it all the way to the upside. Now, lastly, let's look at NZD because that seems to be the most lagging of all the yen pairs. Now, if you look at it on the daily time frame, you are going to observe that it seems more like the most lagging of all the other yen pairs. However, it gets to its own level, this free zone, and you can see it's been just, a lagging pair for a long while. And if you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, the same thing is happening on it. It has not really broken structure to the downside. So it's the only one that seems like a little, having a little level of delay on the order, on every of the yen pairs. So we're expecting a clear move. I won't be surprised if by next week, we just see NZD did a very sharp move to the upside and collapsed down because it's been the only one that has been lagging for a long while. And if you look at it on the 1-hour time frame, you are going to see it has a similar price action with AUD. However, its own is more of the downside because there is no full momentum to push to the upside. And that is giving us some level of pre-information of the relationship between the AUD and also the NZD. Now, if you look at it on the 15-minute time frame, just exactly like the AUD, which means we expect NZD also to take out this high and continue itself to the downside. So that is going to be all for the the yen pairs, the yen basket, and also for the precious metal. If there's any question, you can simply type. Oh, someone said you are not sharing your screen. Are you serious? Please let me know if you've been seeing my screen for a long. Yes, we've analyzed that. My screen is being shared, please. Please let me know. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, that's a big one on me, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really thank you so much. Maybe it's from your end. Maybe it's from your end, please. Chris, probably is from your end. Okay, thank you so much. All right. So that is all for today's market column. If you have any question, you can simply type in the chat box. So that's the analysis for the yen basket and also for the precious metal and the dollar index. So till we meet again by 2 p.m. for the New York session recap. Now, remember, we brought this market column from 3 p.m. to 2 p.m. so that we can have much more insight to what we are expecting. So today, as we are expecting NFP by 1:30, make sure you trade cautiously. Today, if you think you want to go out, you may end up going home because is a very big moment in the market. NFP on the first day of the month, and also a few days to the US election. So make sure you trade cautiously. Use your proper risk management as much as possible. All right, so that you still have something to stand on, even though you are going to win. All right, so that's going to be the end of this morning session, the London session market color, brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team and powered by the our preferred broker. Of that, we'll meet again by 2 p.m. Cheers and God bless.